Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Anonymous, and in this channel, we talk about gang stalking. We talk about their tactics, we talk about their tricks, and we talk how I'm dealing with it. You get to know about my experience with gang stalking, and that way it is something that is widely known for what it is, how it actually works, and to really kind of undo that myth that there are direct energy weapons, that there is V2K technology. Um, we have the truth in this channel. And today we're going to cover uh, how is PTSD involved in gang stalking. So, listen to this. This I googled PTSD auditory hallucinations. Oh well, how I do did I come to the conclusion that it is an effect of PTSD? Well, I have a coworker who was in the military, and he was in the army. His name is Maximiliano Maximus, and well, I asked him if he has ever had auditory hallucinations, and he said yeah, and he immediately said PTSD. He said I used to have them when I was years ago when I had just gotten off the military, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I told him, well, the good thing is that they don't last a long time. You can get rid of them really easily. And then he just stayed quiet. He didn't know what to say to that. Well, thankfully, I have learned how to control the auditory hallucinations. Now I learn how to manipulate them. So I feel like this has been a really interesting quest, I guess, to getting to know this auditory hallucination thing. That has to do with gang stalking, whatever. Well, I have never really thought of PTSD being an important factor in gang stalking, but apparently it is. So now that I think about it, it's pretty much why would you? It would be weird if someone wouldn't have PTSD, if they would experience gang stalking, because literally what it is literally everyone being really mean to you in underhanded manners that can really not be held up. And since everyone is involved in it, it really means that it's no one's fault and everyone's fault, and it's but no one in specific. So that's kind of why it's done that way, which I think it's genius. It's amazing. I love it. Anyways, now I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about auditory hallucinations and PTSD. So listen, it says here, auditory hallucinations are a rare symptom of post-traumatic distress disorder, or PTSD, that can involve hearing voices or other sounds that aren't physically present. That's absolutely true. So now, these hallucinations can be distressing and often contain themes related to the trauma. Yes. So the themes related for the trauma. So, if I am here, and I told you guys that gang stalkers stay in my car, and then sometimes I can hear it in the back of my car. So the PTSD auditory hallucinations is gonna mimic that, the traumatic experience. Even though I don't get stressed from it anymore. Like, I don't care. I don't feel anything. But it still had psychological effect. So it's kind of more of like a mechanistic. I don't think that the stress has to be involved, at least not anymore. But like before, when the swing of the car, it was stressful in the beginning, but now I don't care. Like, I forget that that's happening. Now, the conversations in the back, I guess when you reach to a certain state of being tired, it is when you start hearing like the voices, but they get a localization property where you hear it like if they were in the back of the car. And I can differentiate if they're people or not by trying to control them. If I can control what they say, then that means that they are hallucinations. If I cannot control them, then that means that there's actual people. So there's usually a combination of both. Also, what else? Oh yeah. Anyways, so the fact that they contain themes related to trauma, it's true. So like, if you have people, calling you asshole, 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 everywhere, then the voice is gonna take on that word and it's gonna use it constantly and continuously. So that's why they're always whispering words like that. because they know that it's gonna be comprised of that the voice is gonna be comprised of those little comments or of those little words, of those little demeanors of people, and your mind is gonna start interpreting like that. Now, they can occur inside the head or both inside and outside. So in my case, it is both, where I am hearing them inside of my head and I'm hearing them outside. Outside, it's like they're behind my car, and inside, it is when they're here. So also, and you can hear them from a single or multiple sources. Yes, that's absolutely true. The voice may be positive or negative or neutral. So it can be either, because that is completely dependent on your environment. So auditory hallucinations are completely dependent on your environment. So when I was here with that sound that I recorded, the voice changed its demeanor, and it was getting to get to work, and you can do it. You literally, for like an hour, it was just like saying, you can do it, you can do it. So that was totally new, and I did not think that was gonna work. But that tells us that it is a completely mechanistic auditory trick. Those voices can be manipulated by little whispers. Now, and the thing is that they can talk to a person, or they can even speak to each other. They discuss events. So also, when let's say right now, when you're getting gang stalked, the voices take on the single entity, as if they were the mind of the gang stalkers, right? So when that happens, let's say if I have a thought, oh, I feel tired, then the voice is gonna take on the personality of the gang stalker, like if it was a representation of them, and it will literally say, haha, you're tired, or and then it will say, you asshole, or whatever, and it's gonna not offend me, because I don't get offended, but curse me. But it is I have the thought, and before I can self-vocalize it, the voice says it. So it happens typically before the person is aware of the thought. So when you literally are doing your best at controlling all your thoughts, then you can literally start to control those voices. But what else? So that in this video, I can confirm to you that all of that can be manipulated easily. It only took 3 hours of listening to that video, and boom, it changed the entire demeanor of the voice. It was an incredible experience, and we're finding out more about the tricks, and now it's out there, and that's what I want for this channel. That's the only reason that I'm doing this, because I want this information to be out, and it will be out forever. Now, what's next is that let's see. So yeah, apparently PTSD is the driving factor of this. So that's why it is a shame-based operation. And to be honest with you, I have no shame anymore. So it feels completely different than when it used to in the beginning. Like when I was connected, per se. Every type of thing that they did literally brought up a memory, of a negative event that was related to that item, to that thing. So for example, when I would see light bulbs, my mind would immediately go to like, oh, they know I smoke crystal meth, it would immediately go to that. However, now that I really don't care, like I have no shame for it, it is what it is. And I really don't care, but I still feel an ease for some reason, and I don't understand why. It's coming from people that I do not care about. That's why I have no shame, because they're meaningless to me. Now, I still feel a slight unease. With time, it's the things that they do are becoming more insignificant. So honestly, it is a matter of time before it does absolutely nothing. And that is, I'm really looking forward to it. I really, really am, because I want to see how far I can push. I want to see how much information I can get, and how I can help anyone that is going through this understand it in such a way that is able to completely, pretty much make it as meaningless as and allow you to live your life to as full as you possibly can while you're going through this. Like, before, when this happened, I had no mental prowess to make videos, to work. I couldn't focus on anything. And now I can literally sway my mind in any direction I please at any point in time. And even when I am connected, I'm able to snap out of it, just like that. Boop. So like yesterday, I was connected in the morning because I went to work out and I was really tired, and I gave my energy, and I got disconnected, and I was not able to be connected again, and I saw them be distressed. So I was listening to music, and let me tell you, I felt pressure to shut up at work because they were literally saying shh, shh, and they were literally saying shut the fuck up, like, but they were saying it in a way that you would know what they would say, but they wouldn't say it. It is how they can get away with things. And I thought it was amazing. And I am gonna record that. I know I'm gonna get it in audio. I know it. So all I have to do is sing, or hum really lightly. Hum really lightly. Not so when I was at work, not singing. I was humming. If I would sing, yeah, of course they're gonna tell you to shut up because you're at work. But I was humming in such a low voice, and even when I was like just smiling, they would literally like be like faggot, faggot, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So at this point, I am not sure if that was an auditory hallucination or if it was a coworker, or it could be both. But what I can tell you for a fact that they have done that when at a moment that I felt happy, in order to manipulate the auditory hallucinations for me to hear faggot, faggot whenever I am happy. That's how the whole thing works. It is a manipulation. It is a response, a whisper when you're feeling a certain emotion. That way, when you feel the emotion, your brain pulls it out. That's it. It's that simple. So, yeah. So just so you know, you heard it here first. This is the first, pretty much the only source on YouTube with actual real gang stalking data, tactics, and how to deal with it. So there's no direct energy weapons involved. I was convinced at one point in my life that there were. However, I know now for a fact that there isn't. They do not know what you're thinking because I had them for 3 days. I still have them trying to figure out what I'm thinking, and they were breaking their heads because they couldn't even get one thought right. So the interesting thing is that even when they do not know what you're thinking, when you know that they don't know, it still has a PTSD effect. Like, it still feels stressful. For some reason, the interpretation of language, regardless of it having no negative meaning, still affects your interpretation of it. So that is the one thing. Well, the fact that I know that is pretty much, it makes it a lot less powerful. And not only that, but it makes it last less. So I know it's gonna be done in like 2 days, where I'm gonna go back to normal, whatever. I just have to rest, and boom, it's gonna be a lot less. I know it because every time they have done this, it is a lot less and less and less. So there's gonna be a point where all that is utterly ineffective, and I am looking forward to that point, because when that happens, I'm gonna be able to see a lot of more things that I have not been able to see them, that I have not been able to notice before. Like this time around, I noticed so many things, and I noticed that they do a trick where they they pretty much move things somewhere at work, and they move somewhere else, so that I would think that I was having the hallucination of them being one place, but they're actually in another. They do a lot of little things like that. Like, for example, they know that they can control the whisper, where they can whisper and then you hear the whisper in your ear. So when they do that, you can actually sometimes hear their voice. If it was like, they will sound like who they are. So I think they don't whisper, but they just say it with their voice, but really low, and then you can hear it. But you hear like if they're next to you, but then they're like somewhere else in the store, so those things are gonna happen. I am not sure if they do that purposefully or if it just happens. I'm not sure right now, because I am still a little mentally tired, and I feel slightly confused still. I feel like a slight sense of confusion. I'm fine though, like whatever. But yeah, That's all the information that I want to share with you in this channel. Please share, like, if you, so this is the truth. This is the truth. Don't believe anyone else that tells you anything else. It wasn't demons, it wasn't technology, it was manipulation, a mechanistic manipulation of your brain. If you are convinced that everyone that is around you is following you, that means that they have successfully manipulated you into being a target. Like, I know that I don't feel persecuted. I don't feel that everyone who slams their car door really loud is following me. So, but my interpretation of that already went back to normal. My interpretation of the headlights already, and that's just how it is. Also, I wanted to tell you that regardless of what you say, if when you talk out loud, look, I'm telling you this from personal experience. When you're sitting, like if I'm sitting down, right, and the way that they manipulate you is when, like, they can be like behind my car, and they're gonna respond to anything that you say out loud when you express yourself out loud, right? Regardless of them, whatever they're saying, don't stop thinking out loud. Because the moment that you just keep all your thoughts to yourself, your thoughts are not gonna evolve. They are not gonna take root, and you are gonna be able to be manipulated a lot quicker. If you don't laugh out loud, if you just keep your emotions to yourself, the manipulation becomes more powerful. So you should keep expressing yourself out loud. You know, I am never stopping to making these videos. I stopped making these videos because I thought that it was the opposite. That the more I expressed myself, that they were going to be whispering their manipulation of the auditory hallucinations. That they were going to say, "Damn it," or "faggot," or whatever it is that they say. Who cares? Or "Damn it," you know, or "Sway my car," you know, so that I would feel the sensation in my body, you know, whenever I feel that emotion again. And or "Damn," you know, like I just heard it right now. So I don't know if it's someone back there. I'm not sure if it's a hallucination. I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't give a fuck. But what I do give a fuck is about this information getting to you. That do not stop expressing yourself out loud, because the moment you do, you're gonna corner yourself, and you're gonna be pretty much dominated a lot quicker. So apparently, it is a game of dominating your mind. So when you're connected, pretty much, all the things that they use, you know, the symbology, the colors, that they use colors on you, they use that to keep you having flashbacks of the memory. So connected pretty much means that you are continuously trapped psychologically, where you do not have control of your mind. You cannot think of anything else other than the whole gangstalking situation, and it is a continuous sense of pain. I mean, I don't feel that anymore. You know, it goes away, thankfully, and it only lasts a couple of hours and it goes away. I can still think and I can still make these videos even when I'm connected, so that's cool. But it took me a lot of years to be able to do that. And regardless of you, let's see. Give me 1 second. And regardless of you doing anything, give me 1 second. I need to recoup my thoughts. Oh, well, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how you feel, just do not ever stop expressing yourself out loud, because if they're gang stalkers, they're gonna tell you anything they can to dominate you. So expect anything. Expect anything. All right, whatever it is. Just so you know, if you just know that these people don't matter. So whatever they say, do not give any power to what they say, because you don't know them. You don't know who they are. You don't give a fuck about them. Especially, they don't give a fuck about you. So why are you gonna care about what they think about you? You don't. Because that's how it should be. So whatever it is, whatever they think they know, who gives a fuck? You shouldn't. All right. So that's where their power lies, when you care about what everyone thinks. Once you don't give a fuck, they lose all their power. You can get back to do everything that you want to do whenever you don't care about them, whenever they are meaningless to you. They should be meaningless because they are people that you have no idea who the hell they are. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Share and like, and thank you. We got 100 new subscribers in 2 days. I was not expecting that. I'm super excited. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.